In this video, I'm going to build an International House of Overdrive rare pedal kit from StewMac. I've had this here in the shop for a while, and I built one before, and I had this just sitting, and today's its lucky day. The one I bought before, or built before, had a plain enclosure, and I put a pancake logo on it, and it was part of a lot of pedals I sold on eBay not long ago. Might as well put these on now. This will probably end up on eBay. Like I said before, I like to build these things. And I might keep one. I haven't decided. And I don't know, I think if the price is the same between the white and the bare metal, I'd get the white. In the past, I've gotten the metal just because I'm going to finish it anyway. But I think I'm going to get the white from now on. Tell you what, these decals are a pain in the ass to get off here. All right, so there's that. All these components. Let's open up this bag. I can tell you early on you don't need the input and the output. Switch will stay here. This is the LED bezel. These foam pieces, they are insulators that go on the back of the potentiometers. If you watched a recent pedal build of mine, you'll see where I almost forgot to do that, and I probably would have fried a pedal. They give you some wire here. My experience with the StewMac kits is sometimes they have it down to the eyebrow hair. So the switch can go here. This is a breakout board. Well, I guess you can call it that, but it's a little board that instead of connecting the wires to the switch lugs, you connect the wires to this, and then these little traces take care of all of the fun. Horses for courses. And then Bob's your uncle, right? There's the circuit board. Gonna angle this down just a little bit. There we are. Okay. So I want to grab this guy over here. There we have that. Oh, look at that. Reverse audio, okay. So I guess I'll just start it with the book. Here's a bunch of stuff. Here's a bunch of pictures. And let's see here. A little bit of information. Stuff about components. Where it wants us to start. And step one, it wants the socket in first. So, all right, I'll move this to the side here. Move some of these things. Get the solder ready. Turn the iron. Okay. This is going to drive me nuts just doing this, but got to do it. So the first thing that we're putting in is the socket. This holds the IC chip. You'll notice there, let's see if I can get that, there we are. Oh, maybe. That little detent there. And then on the chip, there's a dot. Sometimes they'll have another marking that'll show the same thing, but you orient those the same way. So on the circuit board, there's the same thing. So you wouldn't put it like this, where the marking goes the opposite way. You want to install it so the markings go in the same direction. That way, when you mount your component, it's oriented correctly. You don't need one of these holders. I got one. They are handy, but you don't need it. I did several pedal kits without one. I think my early videos, I was doing it on the back of my Ryobi box, or no, rigid. I got this rigid box at Home Depot some time ago, and there's multiple layers to it. They click together. I forget what it's called, like stow tote or something like that. Stow and toe or something. What's handy about these sockets is it's much safer to hang on one of these legs with the soldering iron than it is to hang on the leg of the chip. So clean install. Next page, it says to locate the Zener diode. There's the diode. On the diode, there's a marking. You want to orient that the way that it is noted on the printed circuit board. So here there's a marking. They go the same direction. In one of the other videos I mentioned my cutters, and then my buddy giving me some grief over it, mentioning them that, oh, it's just a pair of cutters, you know, why are you so worried about it? And if this is the first video that you've watched, you'll wonder what in the world am I talking about. I like these crescent pliers and cutters, and I liked them enough that, you know, I have other pairs of cutters. It's, you know, not a big deal, but I liked them enough that I went and grabbed another one in case they didn't have them anymore. So it's pretty dumb. Now, there's a lot of resistors that are going to go in, and if this is your first video, this might be a surprise, but I don't see color properly, and I have to do it with a meter. So bear with me. Where is this guy going? What are the chances I grab two of the same value right off the bat? Yep, they are indeed the same. I didn't think that'd be possible with my luck. Oh, I just made a solder bridge. When you're building pedal kits, that's something you want to be aware of, because your other connections will look right, and then you won't realize it, but you have a short somewhere. Let me cut these legs off. I'll show you what I did. Right there, I bridged that. That's an easy enough fix. Just cut it out and all will be well. Cut off the big glob. Okay, so that's fixed. What do we got here? I guess what we can do just for a visual reference. So these are in. Okay, how many 10Ks are there? 3. Let's see if I can get lucky and grab another one. Okay, that's 100K. Another 10K. There's 1. Okay, there's all 3 10s. Put that 1K in also. When you cut these, don't cut too close to your board. Oh, I missed one. And the reason for that, not the reason I missed one, but the reason you don't want to cut too close to the board is because you can pull the signal trace off that way. Okay, let's see what we grab next. So 1 meg, we're going to go with it. In the last video, I was talking about the local elections. So, city council, school board, a couple of judge races, magisterial, district justice, that kind of stuff. And the judge one was had a lot of votes. And then you would notice that it didn't seem like the other seats were proportionate based upon, like, so, you know, the MDJs are going to get less votes than a judge because of the jurisdiction, just that kind of thing. Or, you know, the school board for one area won't be getting votes from the other one. And if you looked at the numbers, let's say that out of 10,000 people, you would expect 1,000 then, if it was proportionate, is about a third or less than that. So that tells you that people mainly went and voted for the judges and not so much the other people. And I can tell you who I voted for locally. I voted for one of the councilmen based upon fraternal affiliation, you know, fraternities, honor society, stuff like that, 100K. And I wrote in Elmer Fudd, Sylvester the Cat, the yellow bird from Looney Tunes, and my candidates didn't win. What am I doing? Did it there. We have these right now. So the council guy did, but the one council guy, he just, everyone had high hopes for him. Then he sucked. Just these local government things, people, they don't get too involved. So you can be like a total piece of shit, get reelected multiple times. No, look at that. I flooded a hole. I was wondering why that wouldn't go in. That's such a pain in the ass. Can't get that to punch out of there. Huh. I have not had that happen before. So I had a little piece of wire and a glob of solder that is blocking the hole. When I was trying to tap it off there, it wasn't coming off. So I tried to push it out with the lead of that. You know, throw them out when I'm done with them. Oops. Didn't have that pulled down all the way. Getting sloppy here. Getting a little bit sloppy. Sorry, I got to pull this closer to my body for a second. There we are. Not very pretty today, huh? Holy hell. I should mention that I am kind of under the influence of some pretty significant allergy medicine. I don't understand how I can have a flare-up when it's been so wet the last couple days. I already crossed them off. I'm just going to guess this is the 4.7K. Yep. Now, I got a mystery. I have no idea the answer. Why they are using the lower wattage rating resistor for the 82K. I've seen that in a few other kits where just one of the resistors will be lower wattage rating. I don't know the reason. I was having another technical discussion with someone, and oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Technical discussion with someone. No, he didn't. Oh shit, what was I even saying? Lower wattage resistors. It might come back to me. It might not. That is going to bother me, though. I'm going to try and summon that thought. Bring it back. Or maybe I'll just abandon it, and then it'll hit me in the middle of the night. Don't worry, I'm not going to record an update on that. Okay, so those are done. Time to do some electrolytic capacitors. Electrolytic capacitors are polarized. So, see that stripe? And then the one leg is longer, so the stripe is the negative end, the longer end is the positive end. And I want to do, let's see about this. Change that a little bit. No, wrong way. There we are. Okay, so these guys here. So just remember that it's the longer one's positive. Then on these boards, the capacitor's longer leg is marked with a square. Dropped one. Moving right along. Quick inspection here. Okay. You know, on some of these capacitors, the legs are so damn long than other ones, they're so short. I have no idea why they do that. No idea whatsoever. I'm assuming it's different tooling for different workloads, but I just, like in the small electrical components, I can't imagine it being, like, how do I want to say this? Okay, so a 500K whatever is very common in this size, this wattage rating, and you know they all have half-inch legs, and then you could go, I guess, by the same size, the same rating, and have a different leg size, but then you order the 1000K instead of the 500K, and the standard leg size that's available is 5/8 inch. I don't know. It doesn't seem there's like a standard for it, so to speak, I guess. Why some of them come on the wrapping and why some don't. And then these capacitors don't need to be oriented in any particular way. They're not polarized. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I know what I did. Like, there's no way I didn't solder that. I'm looking at it. Oh, cat knocked something over. Pardon me. But here I only soldered 2 of the connections, and that was the issue. Gonna have to fix that here. What an idiot. That is kind of funny, though. I should switch it to the side, but I'm going to keep going with that whole idiot theme. Definitely not my cleanest work. All right. Fun part. This kit comes with a boatload of wire. They want you to cut it into pieces. What do I have to do here? 8 pieces that are all 1.5 inches. I try this every time. We're going to see if I can do it. I usually end up screwing it up, so... That's pretty good, just needs touched up. Oh, be quiet, you. That actually looks pretty good. About to screw it up here. I have so many videos of sound stuff that I have to record. And by the time I remember to do it, it'll be irrelevant. Sort of pissed off because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird how it all come about, but my buddy and I, do this whole pedal thing, and, stuff would come out or whatever. He's gifted me a few things. I've gifted him a few things, just cool stuff. And like, I might have been able to be at the right place, right time to heat that solder up and knock that wire right out of there so I can be pissed off about it. Or I might have been, online right at the right time to be able to buy a limited pedal or something, and it happened pretty regular with the JHS stuff. So I wanted to buy those Not a Dumble things, and then I held back because I didn't like that you had to switch, like, to go between the two modes, or the two channels, so to speak. And I get it, yeah, that's stupid to complain about, but, get over it. So, oh, did it tell me to put in the chip yet? And then I went, yeah, it did tell me to do it. Actually, like 10 steps ago. And then I went, oh, screw it, I'm going to buy it. And I get online to buy them. Oh, out of stock. Okay, cool. Notify me for the restock. And then I saw the video go on where he's like, hey, this is the final one because there was a screw up with whatever the circuit is. And I totally get that being a valid reason, but, my buddy and I were just going to have them to be, I guess, jackasses, really. And so there's, the issue with them. I get the thing, hey, we're in stock. Cool. I got to put it in my cart. I'm sorry, I clicked the text message. And it goes to my cart with just one. And I want to change the quantity to 2. And it wouldn't let me do it, so I opened up new browser tabs and all that crap, and tried it that way. No luck. Finally, I just said, screw it. I'm going to get the one through the text message, and then I'll go to get another one, and I'll just pay the shipping twice. It's whatever. And I went back, and they were all gone. So I was only able to get one. And I saw people talking in the comments about them, that they have, I can't even speak, that they were having trouble getting into the queue, getting their order in and all that. So I'm guessing the JHS's website server was not anticipating the traffic that it was getting. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh, can't forget to do this. Maybe I can get that off there. Just broke the tab off the side of that. Just putting these where they're supposed to go. Not a required step to fasten these down, but it's certainly helpful. You don't have to go super tight at all. Oh, I just looked at the instruction manual here, and you didn't have to put the pads on all of them, just the one on the board. It won't hurt anything, but it wasn't necessary. I normally don't just go straight across on a potentiometer. Now, I haven't done it with a pedal video, but if this here, instead of this being the legs of a pot that I'm going to solder, it was a wire to the back of the pot, it's a really good habit to get into, of zeroing out or maxing out the pot all the way one way or the other. I mean, more than likely nothing's going to happen, but there's a higher likelihood that something happens that way. Okay, this all look good. Now it's time to solder this guy. Where'd that little board go? Oh, look at something here. Because I have a whole other chip in my hand. I think I remember something. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like the other one that I did before. Okay, this is a 741. Okay, we include the 741 that's in the original, as well as the 71, TL71. So 741 was the original, and 71 is the later version. 71 has more headroom than this, the 41, which distorts faster. So just another cool thing, then you can just pop that out. Pretty cool. All right. I started panicking a little bit. All right. These guys here. Let's cut them all to the same length. You know what? I'll strip them first, then I'll cut them. Gonna have to go a little further on that one. Pretty good eyeball on that. I know I haven't said anything for a while. It feels awkward to just build and not say anything, but then it feels awkward to just speak for the sake of speaking. I am not vain enough to think that... What am I doing? I'm not vain enough to think that I have anything worth keeping people's attention with. I didn't get anything there but burning the insulation. Oh, I didn't want to have to do it that way, but what do you do? My cat's in the litter box. She's probably like, what are you doing down here? This is when I come down here and here's what you're doing. I don't know what she's digging for. I bridged him again. What a doofus. This might be my worst soldering job yet. Wow. It's actually not that bad. It's definitely not as neat as the guitars I do. I mean, there's nothing bad. It's completely functional, but... And I go back through and I dress everything up. I mean, you've seen that. But... I like it to look nice, too. We're in the home stretch. When I was setting up here tonight, I debated whether or not I was going to do the whole thing in one shot. And I'm here, it looks like I'm right around an hour, and I don't think I'm going to have to cut any length of time out. The only thing that happened was that crash, so pretty easy. From here, it's just the jacks and the power. Excuse me, wrong pipe, and the LED. Hey, speak of the devil. LED and bezel. Get my ass kicked here every which way but Tuesday. That's a thing of beauty. These things frustrate the shit out of me. When you have a piece of plastic that gets like goobered up on the threads of a metal nut. It's just like, oh man. They have a way of making you look extra dumb. I don't need any damn help doing that. Okay. I saw it made the comment about these thin wrenches here. These are great from StewMac. I'm sure you can get them somewhere else. I never saw them. It made a mention of it, you know, using a wrench, but don't go too tight so you don't strip it. I just wanted to show you those. If you don't have those, these are a pair of Crescents. What's it say here? RT24. Great tool. Okay. So it says lay this guy face down with this side up. And you can kind of do this this impossible lineup. Sorry, these things with the LEDs, they're like the least fun part of the kit. I'm sure there's somebody looking at this laughing. No, they're probably not watching this. If they know what the hell they're doing, they're not watching my video. But, like, ha ha ha, look at you, you're an idiot. Didn't I just pull that right out of there? All right. Time to put these in here. I might have to look and see if I have a DC power jack to replace that one with. And if not, then I will have to epoxy threads onto that one. We're getting there. You don't have to crank those down when you put them in. 2 wires to that. And there's nothing else really crazy going on. A whole bunch of shows coming up to play. And hopefully I get to go to a couple. That'd be all right. Check a couple bands out. A lot of folks just saw Metallica in Philly. I wanted to go, but I've seen Metallica 3 times over the years. I saw them on a Load tour in State College. I was just a teenager then. Then I saw them in 2018? At the Bryce Jordan again, that's in State College. And then I saw them in Pittsburgh on the field. It was pretty cool. I took my boy, so he always wanted to go on the field for Kids Run the Bases with the Pirates. And, well, maybe you could probably do it now because no one wants to watch the goddamn Pirates. They're the team that's been causing me heartache all my life. I'm a Pirates fan forever, and they just suck, and they suck, and they suck. And it's not that the players are bad. You know, there's great players on there. We have the best pitcher in the league. They can't win a damn game. Poor guy. You know, he can go, lets up 1 run, and we can't even get 2 across the board. So, I was saying something about that, though. I've lost the train of thought twice now. I can remember that. Oh, Kids Run the Bases, my kid, Metallica. Okay. So, the home team here, we were on the bases all the time. My kid practically grew up on a baseball field, the minor league affiliate of the Pirates. And what I mean is, like, I'd be at the games, you know, he's there. If you've had any particular gatherings with a minor league baseball community, you'll know what I mean. There's just something about the stadium, you know, it's like family you're going to see. So, yeah, you go and you see the game and you get to know the players and stuff and the staff. But there's just like some sort of different level of community is the best way I can say it. And since my boy is always at the baseball field, we never stayed at the Pirates Stadium to run the bases. So I go, okay, I'm going to make it up to him. And when Metallica went to PNC Park, I said, I'll get him on the field. We'll get our seats there. Neglected, you know, that he's a teenager, he's 12, he's as tall as, you know, most normal 12-year-old boys. And for some of the show, I had to have him on my shoulders. That did not feel good for the neck. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Gotta cut some more wire. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, How's he going to do that without enough wire? That's going to be like magic here in about a second. I just want to see that I got through there. I did. It's a weird looking joint. I should have known when I was cutting those pieces of wire a little bit generously that this was going to end badly for me, and here we are. Hey, this is legitimately it. To get that piece of wire on there. So, since I cut my pieces long, that's all the more we have left. I happen to have a piece from another StewMac kit. And no, it doesn't have to be StewMac kit wire. I did it because continuity for this pedal, and I knew I had a piece handy in that box. Because when I did the last one of the last ones I did from StewMac, I didn't use their wire. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's all the solder joints. They're all in. know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what are you doing? And I'm thinking that I just built this pedal. And we're going to test it out. I almost caught myself in a trap there. The screw almost cross-threaded in one end, and I almost fell victim to something I've warned people about for a long time, which is when you are setting a screw, you don't just always go straight in. You know, some applications, you kind of go a little bit back, and then the screw will sit, and then when you pop it in, it doesn't cross thread at all. That's close enough for me. Help if I keep the damn driver on that. Okay, maybe I will move it, because now it looks stupid. Okay, that looks better. That's it. All right, time to clean up my iron. Put my tools away here. Put this chip in this bag. All right. This is a little battery-powered piece of shit, but it's actually surprisingly good. It's very handy in a workshop. Okay. Got I'll have to be very quiet here. It's very early in the morning. Actually, late at night. So you're going to find out with me if I did this right. if that's supposed to be a fuzz sounding type thing. Or maybe just this little Temu speaker can't handle it. Oh, that's why. Hey, it works. Have faith, right? So there you have it. That's not a good sound sample. The first couple things here, I had the pickup selector on this in between here and here, so it was getting some sort of whatever. That's it. I should do a full video on this. Maybe if I get a chance to tomorrow, I will. And then that'll inspire me to do the rest of the backlog of these damn things I have to do. Actually, that's the last kit that I have to build, but I have other videos I have to make. I have at least 10 pedals, if I think of it, that I need to do. This, a Keeley Hydra, Keeley Soft, so that's what, 4. This one that I just did in that one, that's 5. 6, 7, 8. That Friedman Wah, 9. The SDE3, there's 10. And I know there's more after that. So, but I'll get to these. There you have it. International House of Overdrive from StewMac. Rare pedal kit assembled. Everything works. I'll get a full video of that, and I will work through this backlog I have to do.